Yes, sir.
Bring that beat back.
Oh,
DJ.
yes. Oh, yes.
Anniversary show. 1 year since doing the forecast. Started it last February. We'll talk about the story of how we got started. And also we have the Fourcast Awards. So if you've been following on any of the avenues of social media, I've been posting every day a list of 4 different options for you to vote for. We got the categories, just like they would do at the Oscars or the Emmys or the Grammys, but it's just the Fourcast Awards. That's what we're going to do tonight. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate all of the support over this year. It does not go unrecognized. Also, we got the call-in number as well. Let me get that before we get too far into this. We are live on various different platforms. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and also Roku TV, BS3 TV on Roku. You can watch us there. Also subscribe, download all the variety of shows that you'll be able to check out. And yeah, we're ready to get into it. So we'll get right into things. Let's kick it off first. Dawk, it should be Vegas. Dawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what happens in Vegas.
Oh, yes.
What happens in Vegas.
Oh, yes.
Gets cleared up at the clinic.
Let's just say, I ain't no virgin no more.
My boy.
I sold the royal oats, my man.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Hey, Chicago Wilks, I thought about you a couple of times, you know, because I figured, you know, you're a connoisseur of the classic rock era.
Yeah, I
appreciate it.
Yeah, nice. I saw that.
Hey, man.
I heard it was a great show, man.
Horn section. So, you know, y'all know some of the bands that you think that have great horn sections, right? You know, your Earth, Wind, and Fires, your Gap bands, you know, etc. But when I say Chicago's horn section, man, is just dope, you know. And it is what you think. The founding member was from Chicago, and that's why he named it Chicago. So obviously I thought of HRap quite a bit, you know.
That's awesome right there, man.
But let me just say this, you know, them some bad white boys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that, man. You know, and the first half of the show, because they old, so they had to take a 20-minute intermission, you know. But the first half of the show, I was sitting there like, okay, I've only recognized a song and a half so far, and they just been rocking out, basically, just rocking out. Okay. Yeah. And then they come back on the second half of the show, and they, you know, he talked a little bit. He goes, all right, we finna get to it. And when I say hit after hit after hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, man, I'm like, shoot. And by that point, I started getting hoarse because I'm singing right along with it. It was funny. Okay, so, you know, we didn't all be, see, let me just explain this. I know for a fact that most Black people have been the only Black person in a setting before, right? That's something that's commonplace to us, right?
Right.
But not a lot of white folks have been the only white person at a particular event, right? That's not so commonplace. So needless to say, I was the only Black contingency in the house. And so standing in line.
You know what that means.
So standing in line, one of the people, a couple of ladies behind us in line said, I like Chicago. And I'm like, Oh, this ain't the musical?
I said, this ain't the Snoop Dogg show?
And so I'm like, yeah,
Super
of
Bowl?
course we like Chicago.
Yeah.
And so then I started naming songs out to her, whatever. And she's like, oh, okay, and so, we go, she's like, well, we went to the Earth, Wind and Fire concert back in such and such. Why you automatically go there? I don't know. Nonetheless, you did.
Exactly.
I said, I hate you.
Right. The Fine and Dandy. Well, about an hour, no, matter of fact, the next day, I saw this guy who was in line in front of us. And he says, man, when we were in line at the concert, I had some white shame. And I'm like, huh? He goes, when those people asked you if you like Chicago, I wanted to get out of line right then and there. He goes, that was such an ignorant question to ask y'all. Like, why wouldn't y'all like Chicago? We like Chicago. There's obviously something to like.
You like Earth, Wind, and Fire?
I thought that was super interesting, man. Number one, that it was the next day. He saw me at the casino by the restroom and mentioned it. Say, hey, man, when he goes, you don't talk about white shame. He goes, I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
Right.
So it was interesting.
Clearly, he hasn't been paying attention in Black History class.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Let's get to a couple quick comments. Black Swan, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your support. Every show she puts a comment in, either during the show or afterwards. D Great, thank you for tuning in. DJ Knox, thank you for tuning in. Let's see. I think that's it for now. HRap, let's kick it over to you. How you doing?
Good. I'm good. I was in Egypt this week. No,
nice.
I was in Egypt. He was only in Vegas, so I went.
You want to explain to the people why your halo is off this week?
Hey man,
something we should know.
My horns hold up my halo, Jack. But it's been good, man. I had a good weekend. Just relax. 4 Pete.
And, are you still a virgin?
Pretty much.
Front.
All right. Good times.
All right, Wilks.
Doing pretty good. Had a good weekend. Of course, I'm always glad to see Dawk out there traveling, using his miles and enjoying himself. So, that's always awesome. That's always awesome to see. But
2 short months to Belize, brother.
Man.
Belize.
Nice.
I believe with Sean.
I believe
picture with Sean while you're out there.
Sean.
The rapper.
He live out there or something?
That's where he's from.
That's where he's from.
Yeah, I think he's from.
He's in government there.
He's like a diplomat or something there.
Yeah, he's a diplomat. He's an assistant to a diplomat.
Nice. Right, I'll give him a buzz then before I get there and see if he can do something about my accommodations.
hey, y'all have something in common.
Oh, really?
Hey.
I definitely need to give him a call.
Indeed.
Vegas, just in case you didn't know.
I was going to
say. World's largest dispensary called Planet 13.
World's largest?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that. See that.
Yeah, and they got a black-owned dispensary there too. So
I'm surprised Tyson don't have nothing down there. Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
he's got.
But you can get that Iron Mike in there though.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah. Joe, thank you for tuning in. We got Facebook user, whoever you may be. Thank you for the laughs. Let's see, Theodora with one of the best names. And during this first year, Theodora, it's a close tie between Theodora and the artist formerly known as Bonita A. Whitfield. Rucker Park in the building. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the support. Sabrina Looney, thank you for tuning in. Incredibles, we appreciate that. Oh, Just Joe know what you're talking about. You say yes, sir. Planet 13.
Yeah, man.
What you're talking about. Chrisman, man, this brag on this guy for a minute. He's always liking the posts in the BSC Network group. So we appreciate your support throughout this year.
They say never trust a guy with 2 first names. Is Chrisman considered 2 first names? Or? We're gonna let him pass on that.
Just about, yeah. It's just about two first names.
Sounds like a con artist.
Wow.
That would be
I was about to read that. You gotta understand, son. We on a new platform.
I was about to read that
comments
too.
don't come up the same way they do on boy.
Wow.
you better start warning us first. I was about to read
Slow down right there, man.
aloud for the class.
Wow.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You gotta ease into that one, man. You gotta ease into that.
Man.
You just be throwing stuff out there. Wow.
I was about to, because some comments I want to read for me and read them. And that was about to be one.
Glad he typed it.
I was taking a drink.
Thank you for tuning in, Miss Jackson. Say good evening.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I'm for real.
Hey, man, can we get that Outkast? We just need one more Outkast album, man.
Yeah, man, I love it. Now, come on,
wait.
HRap.
Put that drink
Get
down.
out of here, HRap. Don't go there. Don't go there, HRap.
You got to explain yourself.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Let's keep
You don't
going.
like Outkast?
I like HRap, and I want to keep liking it. So let's just go on and keep riding.
Oh. Wow.
We got to work on that.
My.
I'm on drugs tonight, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, so the forecast started back last February. So during the pandemic, I think we were me and Wilks was working from home. I know, Dawk, you.
Yeah, I was essential services. I'm an
still
essential
selling my
guy.
weed.
But the first thing we did was one night at Miami. So as I'm kind of talking about this, y'all jump in. You know how we do. We talk. Big Illinois, thank you for tuning in. So yeah, I just
live from
figured,
Statesville.
hey, I want to review.
Live from Statesville.
Statesville.
He ain't got out. He not just got out. He just got in this time.
He weekend warrior.
Gonna pay out them tickets.
Oh man. Soundbite.
Yep. The beauty of a soundbite. Raider Kev.
Yes.
Make sure to subscribe to his channel, man. Dropping great content, giving you the gun knowledge, giving you the health knowledge.
I thought about Raider Kev a lot out there because you want to talk about, I keep forgetting that Las Vegas is the home to the Raiders now. So we got Raider stuff, the Raider stores in the airport and paraphernalia.
Shout out to S Raider Kev, S Charlotte.
Hey, that's a good point. A good point to ask you real quick. You feel like it's Raider town now?
Man, yeah. But not only Raiders, but Golden Knight. When I saw a couple of different license plates that were, that's made by the state that were Golden Knights. So they represent the hockey team and the football team. So yeah, they down with it.
Definitely.
It was a big time Raider town before they moved there, though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. They got a baseball team soon too. It's probably gonna be the A's.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they'll probably get a baseball.
Been trying to get out of
the A's ain't getting out the Bay. They got a high-tech stadium they in the midst of talking about.
Okay, maybe it's probably in San Jose.
For them to own up to who they are as a team and that stadium reflect that specifically. Because when you look at it, they're talking about looking like a Death Star. I mean, if you had to pick which team in NFL stadium that was by just looking at the stadium, I don't think anybody would pick anybody but the Raiders. It looks just like them.
Who wouldn't pick the Raiders?
A lot of folks.
Yeah, unless you play Tecmo Bowl.
Exactly.
Bo Jackson, baby. Bo Jackson.
Unless you play a Tecmo Bowl, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Jackson.
Legend. Let's give a shout out to Craig and Danielle White. They're tuning in on the Facebook group. CJ Boyd.
They're my people.
In the building. Brandon McElvey, co-host of Being Your Lane.
Danielle podcast. Is. I don't really. Craig, I can care less about him.
I got a quick question. It's kind of off subject. But today,
the whole show's off subject.
Yeah, it's probably right. So as I'm helping this gentleman today at the racetrack, And I tell him, I was like, you know, he's kind of like, oh, well, can I get something to eat? I was like, man, just get what you need to get. And he kept asking. And he was like, well, I don't know how much you willing to give. I was like, hey, your blessing, though, it don't matter how your blessings show up.
Yeah.
Just get what you can get. And, you know, it kind of staggered him a little bit. And it kind of hit me as I was leaving. I guess we could say I want to ask, is God's love radical?
I would say, yeah.
For those who fully understand it and embrace it, you know, see, that's a hard question because, you know, I'm at this category to where I'm not surprised by anything God does. So if we're not surprised by it, does it really come off as radical to us?
Right.
But for those who witness it,
right.
It may be,
I guess that's what I guess that's
follow me, you know. So yeah, you know, and then again, so he was playing the part of someone who's surprised by God's love, right? Or his willingness to give like that, you know, so freely. Right. I'm no longer surprised by it. In fact, I walk around expecting it.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I get what you're saying, but there's some of those people that will push it.
Oh, no doubt.
Of course, absolutely.
Because I remember that same kind of thing happened to me, and I was going to take a drug test for a job, and I'm feeling good about the job. You know, it's a nice paying job, and the dude walked up to me and said, "Hey man, can you give me something to eat?" I said, "Hey, you out here when I go ahead and take this drug test? Right. I ain't even got to study. I know I'm gonna pass this one." And I went in there and I came out. I was like, "Hey man, what you want to eat?" I said, "We shoot on over here to Subway." He said, "Hey, nah, I don't want no Subway." I said, "So what you want?" He was like, "Some chicken wings." And I'm like, "Okay." Going to stuff. He was like, "Can I get 20?" I was like, "Damn." I was like, yeah, I eat 20, man. I'm like, man, I'm about to be killing it. And he was like, "Hey man, that 20 don't come with fries." I'm like, and then he was like, "Hey man, he don't come with no pop either." I said, "Hey, bro."
He started getting irritated. Like, all right, then.
Like, come on. No, I was laughing, but I was like, "Come on, bro."
Like, yeah.
Well, maybe he was that dude's cousin.
Yeah, probably. He was just a little bit more like, "Oh, I'm like, man, you better hurry up, man. Can I get back to work, man?" I was just asking. I was just wondering.
Yeah, but I think it is, because if you look at the way Jesus did things, it wasn't orthodox. It was unorthodox. And getting to the Bible, the Pharisees didn't agree with it. It was like, hey, I'm gonna do this on the Sabbath because this is benefiting that person. This is more, you know. So he did it differently. So all right, let's see.
Did you finish telling the origin story? I don't think you did.
I ain't really got to it yet. Okay, so we did One Night in Miami. That was a movie. I wanted to do movie reviews.
But back up, how did we do One Night in Miami? Tell the whole story. What made you? How did we even do that?
Basically, I think I reached out to Wilks maybe first.
Oh, there's no doubt you reached out to Wilks first. I don't think HRap or
we work
actually
right next to each other.
Portion. Me, him, and homeboy from Philly did a review before y'all too.
Right. Hey, somebody said HRap is good. Obviously, generous. Who's that? That's I think that's CJ that put that.
You hear what I said? I said y'all shit obviously wasn't as good.
Mere comment.
You talking about Courtney?
Yeah, I think Courtney Hart.
It was Eric. I think it was Eric.
Okay.
Eric Smith, maybe.
Yeah, it was a lighter dude with a goatee.
Yeah. Justin coming with the Chris Rock. Let me just get one rib. One rib.
Blood wasn't trying to get one rib. He was trying to get a rib, a back.
Hey, he could have just said, "Hey man, I just want a number one." Then he would have came with the drink and everything would have been all good. But so One Night in Miami, I was figuring, hey, let's get some guys together and review. So I reached out to everybody. They agreed to come on, and figured we talk about the movie, and it just clicked, man. I don't think I've been in this podcast game for a while, And it doesn't really click like that the first time. It's normally like, it was all right. I don't know if that's something I want to do again. And then kind of at the end of it was like, hey, I want to do this each week.
Yeah.
And from there on, it was
good.
The chemistry was dope.
I tell this story frequently to people whenever I'm telling them about the show or the network in general. Is I'll talk about how we did one night in Miami. We just were asked to come on and review it based on the fact that we had commented about it on our individual Facebook posts and feeds and whatnot. And I think we all, to a man, thought the chemistry was fantastic. And if anybody saw that show, that's what we need to do. We need to find that and play that. Okay. Maybe one Friday night special or something like that, Ben.
That would be dope. Yeah.
Like play certain, pick some good clips out of it or something like that. Yeah. And let's play it. But most people would have thought that was our first show together, right? Because the chemistry was so off the chain, right?
Right.
And so after in the studio, green room, after the show, I think we all were looking at each other like, man, that was pretty freaking dope, like we can't let that be it, And so immediately the conversation came. I think Ben finally asked, he goes, would y'all want to do this again next week? And I'm down. So everybody was down. And shoot, after the next week, when the chemistry was the same again, everybody was like, okay, it wasn't no fluke last week. Right. Let's go ahead and rock. Hey, and at that point, I started shooting out them names. I had 40 of them ready to go.
Them creative juices was flowing.
Yeah.
And
don't forget about this, bro.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Shout out your own flowers, man.
Yeah, got the T-shirt once we figured out where we were gonna be, because let's do this. I just don't do nothing half-ass, man. I just it ain't that ain't the way we rock and roll. So
right.
We do a full ass.
Yeah.
Extra full ass.
Yeah.
My parents like, I don't do it. Don't do it half-ass. I'm like, what you want me to do? You want me to do a full ass? That's when you wake up and you're like, I shouldn't have said that out loud. My bad.
I got one thing to say. Hey, to the people who are used to me and Ben speaking in the chat room, me, Dawk, and Wilks can't speak in the chat room. We're not ignoring you guys. We don't have to.
Oh, okay. I can't.
It's all good.
You can't see the comments?
I can see it, but
they can't type in anymore.
We can't type.
Oh, okay.
But I see you. I see you out there, people. I see you out there.
Let's see. CJ said, let me get a Fourcast shirt.
Who that?
That was CJ Boyd.
Yeah, these are 4 of a kind, man. It's you can get a BS3 network T-shirt. These Fourcast shirts, yeah. I don't think the way your bank account set up, I don't know if you can get these.
Wow.
Okay, hang on. Somebody suggested Foxy Brown and something else.
Foxy Brown and Dolomite.
Okay. We do have a list.
Deep down in the jungle deep.
No, we're not saying you can't get one. We just don't have anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's CJ with that.
No, I literally only ordered 4, right? Yep.
6.
Did I get 6?
Yeah, you gave me 2.
Oh, yeah.
I got one folded up in my closet that I never put on.
That was supposed to be Big Illinois, wasn't it?
No, you gave me his. That was the 6.
Okay. Now, actually, I think this is my niece's T-shirt company who made these. Kay's Melanin.
Great job.
Yeah, we can get some more made.
I might need her to make me a Mayhem shirt.
She can do it.
Yeah.
You design it how you want, or she design it. She do whatever you want to do, man.
With that being said, I'm gonna make a suggestion. It's a hashtag that I invented. I'm gonna wait to the post game and say it.
Okay.
All right. So, anybody else want to share anything about the initial?
Yeah, talk about what y'all thought about us, right? So Ben already knew everybody, right? So Mayhem, let's start with you. What did you think about HRap when you first?
I thought y'all niggas was trash.
Man.
Who is these niggas? But this is how my mind works.
Wow.
I deal with people every day, so it's kind of like,
wow.
But no, y'all cool people, y'all cool, man. No. But I have to say, I do learn a lot, even from just Ben and Dawk and HRap. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that likes to continuous learning and soaking things in. So, no, I look up to you guys. So, it's a big part. I'm the kind of guy like, hey, you getting blessed, get that blessing, walk in that blessing. I'm there for it, so I really enjoy working with you guys. It's great. I enjoy it. So, and it's much success and continued. And that's what I'm all here for. You know me.
Yeah. He said that with his chest.
Yeah,
yes.
So that begs the question: what's in the cup tonight? Because obviously, you see him look down. It's what?
It's just makers tonight. Just makers.
He on that maker's mark. Well, you trying to make your motherfucking mark? I tell you that. HRap, what about you? Initial thoughts on me, Mayhem? You knew Ben a little bit.
I was kind of like that too. No, I was playing. Oh man, it was super dope. And my whole thing is about the community, right? And I like talking to people that are outside of Chicago to see the nuances. And the dope part was, if don't nobody from Chicago realize that y'all not in Chicago.
Really?
Oh yeah,
we think y'all are in Chicago. What part of town? When people ask me about the show, what part of town they from? And I'm like, Dallas.
Way down there.
They're on the south side, the far southwest side.
Yeah.
They like,
they
like, over there about Ford City. Yeah, look further south than Ford City.
Keep going. Past that stop sign.
Yeah. Don't stop. Don't stop at Ford City. Trust me.
Keep going.
Like 9-10 more hours.
Shout out to Archie Red in the building. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, or drink the Kool-Aid is his platform. Does an amazing job. So with Wilks, obviously we work together. We talked about numerous shows and movies that we watch. I'm like, he would be perfect. And then Dawk, you commented on somebody's post, and obviously me and Dawk go way back since 2006. We went to church together.
When y'all was locked up with Big Illinois.
Rikers Island.
Loose Derrick, what we call
Loose
it.
Derrick, yeah.
That's you, baby.
And then HRap, we knew each other, and I knew he was a movie buff, so it was a perfect marriage. Like I wouldn't have wanted it really any other way with any other group of guys. No. And we talk to each other often. We got the text group, encourage people, call each other. We did the Juneteenth event. I think that was even more of
great.
a.
That was great.
That was even more of a solidifying of the connection and the vibe.
No doubt. So HRap come to town.
Oh,
and it's no doubt, just think about this. This was literally a perfect stranger, man, but brought him to town, brought him into the house, now he didn't know I locked my door every day of night, and I had both my pistols in there because I knew this motherfucker kid from Chicago here. I don't know what the hell, because he'd have walked in there. I said, I hope this motherfucker don't sleepwalk, because he's gonna get a couple hot put in his
I know I hit that motherfucker. Somebody must be praying.
But that's just automatically, man, how much I felt connected, and it was like it was no doubt who these people were, and I had no reservations whatsoever, man, and it was just like Mayhem said, the connection was solidified, man, and there was no awkward. There's never been any awkwardness, man, as far as us trying to get to know who this guy is. We're not tiptoeing around. See, I must explain something about me. I'm gonna be my full self in every circumstance. I don't put on airs for anybody. I am what I am. You know, I hope to not offend you. I hope to not rub you the wrong way, but this is just who I am, you know. And most of the time people get that and understand that, you know, I don't mean any harm. You know, and if I clown you, just wait 5 minutes. I'm gonna clown that other joker too. Everybody gonna get their part, you know, etc. But yeah, man, it was dope, you know, and like I said, we gotta do that again in person, for sure.
Yeah,
you know, I want to say one thing that I really appreciated about you, outside of the hospitality and everything. It's something that you probably didn't even pay attention to. It was after maybe the third show. It was either you or Mayhem said it. It was like, "Hey man, we ain't gonna be no 3 casts."
Oh, I said that. Yeah.
This is the group, and I really appreciated that because it kind of galvanized. You know, everybody bring their brick to
right.
Something.
That's
but
right.
That statement was the mortar.
Yeah. Let me say, I'm glad you brought that because I thought that a few minutes ago and said I need to mention that. But for those of you who do not know, it was probably maybe even early, and it might have been the second. You're right. It was early. It was either after the second show or after the third show. And I specifically said there will be no reincarnation of the Fourcast. This is it. You know, if anybody is just tired of doing it, they get medical reasons why they can't do it. It didn't matter what the reason was. If one of us had to drop out, all of us was dropping out. It was it. You know, I said there will be no other Fourcast like this. You know, I don't care if, you know, a few of us decide to keep going and doing something different. It won't be called a Fourcast. It'll be something else, you know. So I'm like, there will be no reincarnation. This is the group, you know.
Yeah, and you're right. That was definitely early on because there was a show, the moment the ice storm we had last year, and we were like, hey, you want to do it?
Yeah.
I had stuff going on. I was buying a house. Wilks was buying a house. We was like, nah, we just gonna move it to the next week. We're not gonna do a show without the group. And to me, that definitely spoke volumes. And we've been like that since the jump.
Yeah,
you said you B Sparrow. Thank you for tuning in.
And I just want to say real quick, man, I loved when HRap came to town because we had a brief moment. We talked a bit, but when we walked to the little convenience store and just kind of like just talking about, you know, people getting the wrong perception of other people's city or other people in general, you know. So it's just like I love talking to that brother. I mean, it was awesome. I had a good time with HRap. It was
you know, I want to mention that too, man, because you know, we get curated to believe certain things like the United States of America think I live in Beirut, right? You know, everybody up here got a gun and we just shooting at each other. Hey, what's time is it? It's 3. All my fault, you know. And the way your state is curated is everybody down there is just waiting to lynch the next black person.
Right.
And it was cool. I'm not gonna step out on a limb. I will boldly say it. I experienced more racism on a daily basis here in Chicago than I did. But like this, I experienced more racism today than I did the weekend in Dallas.
Wow.
And I'm not kidding. I mean, it is. If you watch the show on Friday, you saw my Aunt Rita, and she even laid it out. You just know where not to go in Chicago to this very day.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were out on Dawk's boat, it was a cat out there, and he had the biggest Trump sign I've ever seen in my life. He just looked at us and kind of nodded. It don't go down like that in Chicago.
You were probably surprised because we were cranking that Earth, Wind, and Fire on his ass or something. The volume that we do, and he probably wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Chrisman, one of my guys, you see, he's saying, "Wow." Yeah. And bruh, I'm telling you, in Chicago, they're not. It's certain neighborhoods with the Trump paraphernalia, what have you, but it's a fight. That very situation turns into an altercation in Chicago. So it's not like, hey, you believe in that, I believe in that. I'm over here. Another time, it's within the first 15 minutes of me being in Dallas, we went to Smokey Joe's.
Smokey John's.
Yep.
Okay. And
we do have
and Dawk said something that in Chicago
you can tell him what I said.
No, I'm gonna tell
you
them,
remember?
in Chicago, they'd have called the damn SWAT team on that.
And I said it's loud too.
We in this restaurant and it's multicultural, something that you just don't see in Chicago. If it's a black-owned establishment, you're gonna see black people.
Yeah.
Period. So me and Dawk standing in line, and I'm just chilling. I'm a little tired because Dawk didn't know that I'm definitely afraid to fly, but I just fly because I don't ever want to just be stuck in Chicago. So I stay up all night so I can go to sleep as soon as I sit down, and then when I wake up, it's another situation. So I'm standing there like I'm cool. And Dawk say, "Oh, what's up, man? If I would have known you in here, I would have bought my gun." And my man said, "Yeah, I got mine with me." And I started laughing. I was like, God.
It was Sergeant.
Second, I did like this.
Being it was Sergeant. What's the cop name? Sergeant Wilkins. That's what
yeah. And they laughed about
good
it.
Dude, man. Good
dude.
And I was like, and then Dawk said, "What you laughing at?" I said, "I'll tell you in the car."
And hey, it was he'll tell you. Matter of fact, he even made the comment when we were sitting down eating. He goes, "Man, there's more white folks in here than us." And it's a black-owned business, black-owned barbecue joint,
You know what's up.
And so I walked in, saw Sergeant Wilkins, and I'm like, "Man, if I'd have known you'd been in, I'd have brought my pistol with me." And he goes, "I got mine with me now,"
And I was like, "Boy."
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking loud. You know how we talk.
And it was white folks in between us. And it was pure.
And didn't nobody react.
Don't turn around.
They laughed. They
laughed, and I was like, boy. Hey, you said that in Chicago, next time. You on the ground, SWAT team called.
Oh, man.
I mean, on Chicago, they have signs on Walgreens, "Do not bring your gun in."
Wow.
Walgreens.
Wow.
But they sell liquor in Walgreens and CVS, though, probably.
Yeah, they got popcorn shops that say, "Don't bring your gun in here."
Wow.
But so it was just total culture shock. It was just like, this ain't, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be naive enough to believe that it's not no racism in the state of Texas. We're in the United States of America.
Right.
But it was just like, Chicago is what they say Texas is. That's all I kept saying to myself. Yeah, Chicago is what they say Texas is. And I'm being specific. Chicago, not Illinois. Chicago.
Yeah.
So it was dope.
Yeah. So 1 year anniversary show of the Fourcast. Just sharing some stories from this past year. And like I said, and we had instances where, like I said, I was buying a house, Wilks was buying a house, Dawk had either work stuff or travel stuff.
Remember, because based on the industry I'm in, that winter storm, we worked 8 straight weeks without a day off. So it was. And that the night we were supposed to go on was the night stuff was popping. I remember I had to come on for like 20 minutes, and then I'm like, I gotta go.
You gotta go. Yeah. And so we've been rocking, and we can do this as long as possible. Rhonda, thank you. We appreciate that. All right, so on tonight's show, we reviewed tons of different movies and documentaries and films and shows and everything, but we wanted to do a Fourcast Awards. So we have different categories. Somebody who's up for 8 straight weeks?
Who is this Facebook user? You gotta tell, man. Y'all gotta tell us your names, man. Water damage restoration. So you remember it was a freeze. So when stuff started thawing out, all the pipes were breaking everywhere. So
that's CJ. He said 8 straight weeks.
Should have figured. Yeah.
But we wanted to do an award show to kind of go through all of the shows, and everybody that tunes in voted. So we didn't really, we did put our votes in ourselves, but the majority of it was the people that tune in and watch. So
now most categories has 4 nominees, so we all put a nominee in the category. So our nominee was our vote, and I got news for you. I found myself, I didn't always vote for my nominee, man, because I noticed that. I was like, hold on. I was like, wait a minute, man. I think, but I wasn't thinking in terms of trying to win my nominate, whoever I nominated, I was trying to make sure we got a good representation of who was there, and who were deserving of the nominations. But when it came down to it, if Wilks had a better idea on Best Actor, and I saw it that way, I'm like, you know what, he did do a better job, So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it really did had me thinking like that. I really like what they did, and then some of the ones we did, towards the end of this first year, even more so made me rethink. It make you rethink some things.
Yeah, because even with Monster, I forgot Monster there for a minute. I was like, oh, we didn't even mention that one. But, I didn't hear it. And then was it American Skin? I think that may have come up, but Lord.
Is there any way you can disable HRap's private chat ability? That's what I need to know.
Wow.
You need to keep them coming. We need that inner laughter for sure.
Wow.
All right, so the first one we're going to get to is Best Picture. We have a variety of different, like I said, shows, and so let's pull up the nominees of Best Picture. Obviously, we got to go with the first one, One Night in Miami. That's the one that kicked it off, started everything. Exterminate All the Brutes, which I said this in the chat, that this kind of shaped
put us on the map.
The Fourcast, really, and that's one of our highest ranking shows, and I learned a tons in that, and it made me want to research even more. The Harder They Fall was an absolute classic, and we have The Harder They Fall all throughout these,
Instant classic.
Yeah, it was really good.
And then King Richard, which shout out to Will Smith. He won a Actors Guild, Screen Actors Guild Award last night for it.
SAG.
Amazing job.
SAG,
yeah.
He got a Golden Globe, didn't he?
Maybe.
I think he got a Golden Globe also.
I hope he did, because he acted his butt off in that. All right, so those are the 4 categories. Anybody any other comments on those?
Well, the Exterminate All the Brutes, man. I think we got to remember, HRap and I spent about an hour on the phone with this lady.
Yes,
Martha's Vineyard. No,
that's
we're
right.
talking about Martha's Vineyard, who literally invited us out to come to Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
And she was, looking at some stuff on YouTube, and I guess put in Exterminate All the Brutes, and came up, and she goes, I think it is so fantastic that y'all are reviewing this. How can I get in contact with you? I mean, she talked to us for about an hour at least, giving us some history on the country, giving us some history on Martha's Vineyard, on some people in Martha's Vineyard who do not look like us, but who are very supportive of us. I mean, just shocking, We decided not to take her up on her offer to go to Martha's Vineyard because HRap thought we was going to be in this like Misery, that movie where she was going to break her ankle when we tried to run.
We need to be in a get out situation.
Don't do it.
Out, except it's going to be 2 of us. But yeah, so that movie has some reach. That review has some reach. And I like being said, I think it is the highest rated, commented on, watched, review.
4-part series.
At this point,
And we got a lot of after, show comments on that one. Just like, hey, I like how you did this, or why y'all keep saying they. Just like say white people. I mean, that show I think really
it was controversial. We spoke freely, to say the least, man. And some of the things with the forecast, I always tell people, this ain't your dad, it's Siskel and Ebert at all. The way we review movies is different. I mean, the first noticeable difference is the fact that they'll review 10 movies in an episode, 12 movies in an episode. We review 1 movie per episode. Now, there may be several parts to a documentary or something like that, but basically it's 1 for 1. And our emotions range the gamut. I mean, you can see us upset, you can see us tickle pink, you can see us emotional from a sadness standpoint, I mean, there have been several movies we watched that we've shed tears watching it, you know.
Yep.
Some that done flat out pissed us off. Several that pissed HRap off because that's just his deal. But you know, that's what it is. We give it to you raw, man, and we look at movies a different way. I promise you, there is no episode that we didn't bring out something that somebody did not think of watching that movie. Every single review, I promise you, it's going to be at least one thing, if not multiple things that we bring out that somebody says, I did not think about it that way. Right. Even when we watch it, Wilks will say something or HRap will say something. Did you notice the symbolism in this being this? I thought they were trying to say this, or how much similar it was to this, or something like that. And even our own interpretations of the movie are changed based on what the other host is saying.
Right, exactly. Let's see, Leon Chris, thank you for tuning in. He said, what's up, guys?
Now you see it. Exactly. Let me if you want to see
bring it down a little bit. We all got the same shirt on. All right, so I posted
mine blacker than the other folks because I wash mine in cold.
I wash mine inside out so it bleed this way.
Wow.
Yeah,
so this one was pretty close. Exterminate All the Brutes didn't get any votes. Now, probably because a lot of people hadn't seen it, so I kind of understood that. One Night in Miami got 6. King Richard got 5, and then The Harder They Fall got 8.
Wow,
wasn't even close to me.
I can see that.
Yeah.
The Harder They Fall wins Best Picture, and I'm gonna continue to watch that. Man, that's like one of those movies where
it's a classic.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious if it's like almost to the point of underrated because I don't really see anybody else talking about it unless
you know how the media cycle is, man. 3 days and you're done.
Yeah.
Right. Words out of my mouth.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Nobody focuses on anything. It's just
definitely underrated.
Get it out. That's why Brutes didn't get any votes because nobody really talked about it. I think I honestly believe we were the only people in our community primarily talking about it, watching it. I don't know, outside of our circle, I don't know many people that have even paid attention to it.
Yeah, and then they really should. To be perfectly honest with you, they really should.
That it pulls the cover back. It is not. There's no punches. And the way he did it, I thought was just
it's what you think that took place in the country, but it puts it in a light that even makes you have underestimated how we got here. You know,
right.
So you done heard the cute little stories about the smallpox or the flu in these little blankets and stuff like that. That ain't shit.
Real people. It was a mixture of acting and a documentary in one, which I think that's why it made such a difference. And to your point, HRap, I just went on and looked, Exterminate the Brutes. We came up, and then there was somebody in Britain that did a review. But most of it, it wasn't a lot on there. And that probably explains too how when people looked it up, they found us and they watched it. So
yeah. I mean, it's definitely something that's academic. It's thought provoking, and we don't live in a world that's thought provoking anymore. We live in a microwave universe.
That's right.
I just want it right now,
and that's probably why a lot of people haven't watched it, is because it's a bit of a time investment,
Oh yeah,
and even though they'll invest 8 episodes in the Fresh Prince or Bel Air, whatever the new series is, but they won't give this some time, which is going to be far more beneficial to your whole mental makeup.
I haven't invested 8 seconds into that.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet either.
I have.
How's it going?
Is it worth it?
Let me just say this. I don't know if you saw my Facebook post when I said I want to be like Jeffrey when I grow up.
I saw
redid him. Oh, yeah. I think it's just clever on how they redid the characters, man.
And, I'll have to check it out.
As a matter of fact, while we on it, my beauty of the week, the lady who playing Aunt Viv, between her and the one who playing Hillary Banks, Coco Jones. Oh! Coco Jones, if you're listening, let's cook together.
Chili sauce.
Let's talk. All right, let's get to the next one, which is Best Director, which this was a great list of candidates on this one. Let me pull this up. Make sure I got the right graphic. All right, so we got Raoul Peck of Exterminate All the Brutes. I thought he did an amazing job.
Yeah, man.
Ronaldo Marcus Green, which directed King Richard. The one and only, the legendary Regina King, and then
Black
Seal's brother.
Right. Looking like a whole snack.
James Janae Samuel of The Harder They Fall. So when it comes to all of these,
he raps by, what's his rap name? Do y'all remember HRap?
I forgot his rap name.
He's a rapper as well.
Yeah. I'll look it up. But yeah, he did an amazing job. That not only did most of us watch it once, but it made us the Bullets. I think it's his group name.
Yeah, the Bullets. Yeah.
Yeah. But it made us want to watch it twice. It made us want to look up some of the hidden things, and we were posting stuff the week after. Like, I was like, we need to review this again. Like, I never thought that about anything we've done to review it a second time. So, The Harder They Fall, King Richard, we kind of touched on that. Anybody else want to touch on those four for Best Director?
I don't know who won, but Raoul Peck should have won. Even though I didn't, I don't think I picked him, but Raoul Peck should have won. But again, it goes back to the academic thing. It's too much time invested. We've been trained to only watch things for a small period of time, and then we leave it unless it's some chaos and controversy. Right. So I would say he should have won, but
going down the list, Raoul Peck got no votes. Regina King got 4. Ronaldo Marcus Green got 4, and it was a tie. So I had to go to Wilks because Wilks hadn't voted, and The Harder They Fall. So Janae Samuel wins again. The Harder They Fall wins again.
It was just something about that chemistry. It just
wrong sound about.
It's okay. It's
a new system, folks.
Yeah,
but it was well deserving, because then when you looked at the C.A. Bozeman that was on the side of the train, you looked at the name of the buildings.
Right.
There was a lot of attention to detail. And I'm still, like I said, I'm still gonna watch that movie from here on.
And think about this: either he knew when not to say anything, when to have the actors shut up, and let the scene do the talking. Right. Think about how many moments where there was no dialogue whatsoever, but so much was being said and illustrated, like when Regina King was getting Idris Elba when they were rescuing him, from the train or whatever. And the moments leading up to when she put her hand on the area where he was being held, and when he got out and was just basically looking around, didn't say anything, laid his head on her, shoulder, chest or whatever. It just, again, I think he did a fantastic job with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's definitely this generation's Buck and the Preacher.
At least.
He definitely did that. So, Janae Samuel, Best Director. Now let's get to Best Actor, which again, man, these are top quality actors that we got in this category as well. So let me pull this up. Number 1, you already know we had to do Will Smith, King Richard. Number 2, Lakeith Stanfield, which man, that guy has shown his range.
Yeah,
he's been in multiple movies this past year. I love his acting. We also have John David Washington for Beckett, and then Jaden Michael of Colin in Black and White. I thought that was a very interesting and complex role to do, because it's not like it's just somebody didn't have controversy or issue, throughout their life, and that was I thought that was a lot for him to experience and go through. So that's the category for Best Actor. Anybody want to touch on those?
No, I think that young fella, man, who played Colin Kaepernick did a fantastic job, man. For that basically to be his first little gig, man, and what he was trying to portray at such a young age. You have to have some level of understanding of society to even pull that off, man.
Yeah.
So he did a fantastic job, man. He really did.
And I agree with you, CJ. Lakeith is an underrated actor. He does not get enough props for his versatility.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of him until I watched Atlanta. I don't know if he did anything before that.
I'll tell you why. Because he was working a job and ran out of options and just started applying for acting positions. And that's how he got on that show.
Yeah, and he went to, I think this is talent agency named Casablanca here in Dallas, in the Dallas area that he was a part of here, in terms of being able to get hooked up with some of the auditions and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Lakeith Stanfield, we were looking at him for Judas and the Black Messiah, because really,
oh man,
it was him. I mean, it wasn't a lot of Fred Hampton. It was more, the story was more about Bill O'Neill and his impact and what he did. So yeah, definitely. Have y'all seen Atlanta? Yes. I'm pretty much up to date.
And I think Zazie Beetz is in Atlanta too, isn't she?
Yep, she is.
It's coming back for another season, but I think they're in London or something like that.
They shot it in London, probably because of COVID, I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably, It's just something different.
But he was in a movie called what is this? Sorry to Bother You, which is a it's a crazy movie, but it's right up his alley. And he was in Get Out, so people remember him from there. He didn't have any facial hair, so he looked completely different. But that was the role where I kind of really recognized his range.
Yeah, the characters that he does, you have to be intelligent to pull them off,
Right.
and so it's obvious that this cat is pretty intelligent.
Definitely.
But to be perfectly honest with you, when I found out he didn't like Charlemagne, he became my favorite actor.
Wow.
Put him in the favorites category. All right, so Best Actor, Will Smith ended up with 11 votes. Lakeith Stanfield ended up with 7. John David Washington 1. Jaden Michael did not get any votes.
Wow, poor kid.
I don't think a lot of people seen it. I don't think a lot of people seen it.
Light skin bias.
But yeah, I think I was even. This was one of the categories where I nominated somebody, but I voted for somebody different. I think I voted for. I know I voted for Will Smith and King Richard, but I think Lakeith Stanfield was my nomination. Maybe, I don't remember. But either way, all apologies to Lakeith, because he did a fantastic job in this role, like he's done in all of them.
Yeah.
But I think Will Smith went.
He was in
a whole nother level.
Will Smith mode.
Yeah. So
which I still have not watched.
Ali.
Oh, what was the one where him and his son?
I know what you're talking about, when he and Richie played Chris something here in Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it. It was a futuristic movie, wasn't it?
No, where they were homeless.
Yeah, he was homeless.
Pursuit of Happiness.
True story.
Pursuit of Happiness. Pursuit of Happiness.
I still have not watched that movie.
Yeah,
that is based on a true story. Yeah, that was a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's CJ with that comment on Zazie Beetz. Yeah, she was a beauty of the week.
Hockey fan. Hey, matter of fact, CJ, I was thinking about my beauty of the week. If I had to say Beauty of the Week for all these shows that got nominated. Matter of fact, forget all the shows that got nominated. All the shows that we've watched up to this point.
French fries.
Beauty of the Week, Beauty of the Year for year one. Zazie beat all day, every day.
Hands down.
Man, I'm laughing.
It's coming up.
This with the French fries and fish sticks, man. Come on, man.
No, that's a long story.
What is this business, man?
We was sitting around at work, me, Big Illinois, and 3 of my cousins. It was my cousin Cap and cousin Vincent, and and they laughed at me about French fries and fish sticks. It was like maybe 6 months before that song "Chicken Noodle Soup with soda on the side" was hot, and I was like, "Hey man," I say, "Hey man, I'm coming out with me a new rap song." They was like, "What?" Because it was quiet, and I just started talking as usual. And I was like, "Hey man, I'm coming out with a new rap song." He was like, "What?" I was like, "French fries and fish sticks." They was like, "What?" I said, "I got the video already planned out." They was like, "What's that?" I say, "There's gonna be these 2 chicks meet up in front of their apartment building. They're gonna say, 'Hey, you want to go out tonight?' And he's like, 'Yeah, but I gotta feed my children.' And then he's like, 'No, I gotta feed my children too. What are you gonna feed them?' And then it was gonna be and then French fries and fish.
Wow.
And they laughed.
Wow.
And they pretty much laughed me out of the idea.
I bet.
And then 6 months later, chicken noodle soup with the soda on the side. I said, "Man, you motherfuckers owe me $1 million."
Should have had them holding that Gordon's fish sticks box.
Oh,
right.
Some of those Oritas fries. Yeah.
And who knows?
Do this one more time. Do this one more time for me, HRap. How was the beat gonna start?
I'm telling you, I had it all planned out. And then I even had a chorus. I was like, French fries. Another backstory. Me, Big Illinois, my cousin Vince, and our homeboy Sneed used to go get an 18-pack of Corona and wash it down with peppermint schnapps at lunch.
God,
wow.
So our whole row at lunch would be smell like peppermint.
Like peppermints.
And we would just work like this. So it was one of those days.
Wow.
Yeah. But look, the chorus was French fries and fish sticks, French fries and fish sticks. And then I said, and then they gonna say smooth like spaghetti but rough like catfish.
Okay, let's go. Man. I'm through with this. Let's go.
Wow.
Hey, if we'd have come out with that.
The sad part about it is it probably would have took off.
Yeah, it took off.
You just needed some kids in there. It probably would have took off.
Yeah, because they said
this is the first time
we gonna go to the club, and man, they was gonna be hood ratted out. French fries and fish sticks. French fries. I'm telling you, they owe me $1 million, man.
Mm-hmm.
I could be a millionaire right now.
They holding you back.
They like said we were bad influences.
Yep. CJ said he agrees with you on Dawk. On Zazie, yep. Raider Kev laughing.
Yeah, she fine as frog hair, boy.
He said your heart finna explode with that damn diet. I don't think he eating it. He's just making a song
Don't
about
feed it to the kids, man.
Rhonda with the face palm.
Fries and fish sticks.
That is
all right. So let's give a round of applause. Will Smith. He did his thing. Now let's get to the best actress. Now this was a little bit, we haven't reviewed quite a few movies where it was kind of like a strong female role, so I had to kind of search a little bit for this one. But we got let me pull up the list here. We got Halle Berry. Here we go. We got Regina King, obviously, for The Harder They Fall. Got to put Alfre Woodard in there, Crooklyn, Angelou Ellis, and then Halle Berry for Bruised, which that we reviewed that one quite a few weeks ago. So, this one was kind of a no-brainer for me, just because I'm a big fan of one of these ladies with that movie that they acted in, which The Harder They Fall, which has been kind of killing it throughout these whole awards. But Halle Berry did a good job, though. I mean, I was expecting it to be bad just because we haven't seen her in something like this before.
Yeah, but I mean, let's just be honest. Halle Berry's best, it still can't touch Regina King's worst, can it?
Yeah, I always say Halle Berry dead in cowboy movie. But my children's stepmother, she killed it in King Richard.
She did.
That's your kid. That's you.
She don't know we dating, but we dating.
All right.
And that was your nomination.
HRap like the grown women, kind that can cook fish fries.
Fish fries, French fries. Now I just remember her when she was. Remember her in what's the name of that movie? Undercover Brother.
Oh gosh, it's been a minute.
And she was also in Too Deep. She was the girl who was dating Jay Reed, man.
Jay Reed character. Yeah.
Boy, but when she had it going, boy, she was on point like Trick Dice, Jack.
Well, but talk about that, Dawk. That was your nomination.
What's that?
Angelou Ellis for King Richard.
Well, yeah, because and even though I think somebody had already nominated Regina King, but I thought she did a fantastic job in the role. I thought she was more of a supporting actress in that particular role as opposed to a leading actress in the role. But nonetheless, again, like you said, we didn't have a very big presence of female leads. And I thought she was a natural fit in because, like I said, I thought she did a fantastic job. You want to talk about somebody who made you think that was really going down, whether it be the way she combed those girls' hair when she was doing it, the way she was putting up with his stuff when he come in and try to make decisions for the family and pick and choose her battles. And I just think she did a fantastic job in the role. Yeah. Yeah. And she's always been solid, though. She's been solid in everything she's done as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, she's a consummate pro.
And I threw Alfre Woodard in there just because Crooklyn is a classic to me.
She deserved to be.
She's been in a ton. So further ado, Halle Berry with 4 votes, Regina King with 10. So she killed it. People were loving that. Anjanae Ellis with 1, Alfre Woodard with 1. So congratulations.
We know who she got that vote from. She was also, you know what? She was also in Ray, the original side chick.
She
threw the brick through his car window.
Okay.
And then she ended up dying.
I'm going to go back and watch that.
Was she wasn't the one that was the backup singer when it came.
The original backup singer he was smashing, and then he started smashing Regina King.
Yes.
I know that. And one of Regina King's funniest moments in film was in that time she whooped her husband when he was getting out of the shower. What movie was that?
Baby all on the floor.
Yeah. And if you want to go back, man, Poetic Justice, Friday.
She was a friend.
227. She been in
especially 227, man.
She was kind of popped on 227. Let's just be honest.
That's all right. Okay.
You grew into that nice looking thing.
Now you need that Regina King 227. You need that one.
Like this, I needed it.
Yeah, you need that one. The kitchen always on preheat.
And she changed her voice a little bit in The Harder They Fall. So that was,
she had a little accent. She had like kind of a maybe
she killing it.
For Islander accent. I guess.
There's no Angelou Ellis, but let's
yeah.
A round of applause.
Y'all get back to that.
Regina King.
Wait till y'all look at Ray again. You're like, oh yeah.
I'm about to go back and watch it. That was actually on the other day.
I'm telling you, she was shaking it up too.
Yeah, I would look at some images of her. I see your point.
All right, so next, best supporting actor, which I think this was one of the best categories that we had, just because of the list I'm about to go through. So first off, the one and only Wesley Snipes with that hair helmet that he got on.
Yeah.
That was in True Story. ASAP Rocky from Monster. Lakeith Stanfield in The Harder They Fall.
Oh, that's ASAP Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Idris Elba in what was the name of that?
Concrete Cowboys.
Concrete Cowboy, yes. Thank you.
I was gonna say Cowboy Concrete.
Yeah, so that's the one movie. Idris Elba looked like he was funky the whole movie, didn't he?
Probably was. Getting into his character. He probably was.
Getting stanky with it.
I don't think he took a bath that whole movie, man. Got the horses living in his living room and shit.
Pretty sure it was rank.
Yeah.
If he wasn't funky, his crib was.
Yeah.
For real.
ASAP Rocky did a fantastic job in that movie, didn't he, man?
He was in another movie called Dope. It came out a couple years ago. I was like, this dude can actually act.
Hey, let me tell y'all something. Before tonight, I didn't even. You could have showed me ASAP Rocky 1,000 times, and I've been like, because everybody was like, "Hey man, ASAP Rocky got Rihanna pregnant." I'm like,
lucky dog.
And I'm like, who is that? I had never seen him.
Yeah, but the dude is versatile, very versatile. Yeah. Shout out to him. But Wesley Snipes, man, this year was the comeback.
Yeah,
he was a comeback actor of the year.
Nominated best supporting actor for Coming to America 2 as well, because he stole that movie.
And Dolomite.
Yep,
I don't remember seeing him.
He wasn't, but
he was the director in Dolomite. He was the director who was directing the movie Dolomite.
Okay.
Yeah, so Wesley Snipes in True Story, man, that was one of those where I could not look away. Like the entire, because you just didn't know what was going to happen. He said, "I'm gonna still roll with Lakeith." That's probably CJ.
Did we do Kevin Hart wrong by not giving him a nomination for?
He kind of played Kevin Hart in that movie.
Yeah, but he kind of went outside himself a little bit. Remember, we
could have put him as best. We could have put him in the best actor category. I don't know.
Maybe him instead of the young kid from
or John David Washington. We could have swapped him.
Yeah, there you go.
John David. Y'all know I lost a friend because of the Kevin Hart movie. For real.
You lost a friend?
Mean? Me and one of the homies. It was a woman that I used to date. And we were just friends. At this point, we were just friends, and it was the week. It was the week before we reviewed the series. It was a Friday night. And I was like, damn, I haven't watched this series. But I'm like, I looked at it, I said, oh, it's only 6 episodes. It's like 5 p.m. Friday. I'm like, I got 6 hours of TV in me. I ain't doing nothing. I wasn't doing nothing. And this person got into an argument with me that even though Netflix said the last 5 episodes were 30 minutes, she watched it and she knows it's an hour. I swear to God, this person has not spoken to me. Thank God Jesus and for my white people since then.
Wow.
Well,
but it's a blessing.
That was for the best. Yeah,
that's what I said. It was a blessing.
Yeah, that's for the best.
Yeah.
I mean, had a added to. I say, but it says, as a matter of fact, the last 5 episodes said 27 minutes, and then one said 33. I was like, it says 20. I know what it says, but trust me, I watched it. I say, you know more than Netflix.
You're the Netflix expert now, huh?
I ain't missing the friendship.
Man, what the word say about the man that argued with fools? Don't he become a fool?
Yeah, exactly. And don't tarry in the midst of fools.
Yeah.
I ain't Terry. I ain't Albert. I ain't Fred. I'm just like, all right.
Yeah. Well, he should speak for you.
Dumbest conversation I ever had in my life.
Yeah, it'll make you dumber.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's a wow.
Flat out. And I ain't really want to be a friend no way, but it was just like,
Wow.
for real, I was just.
I'll do you a favor.
Right. It was a mercy friendship, man.
So it's nothing to really worry about.
Wow.
I mean, attitude though. I'm talking about angry. Like I said something about our mom. I should have.
Fighting words.
Illinois. Oh gosh.
Hey, just like Spike Lee did, Big Illinois.
I whoop Spike Lee.
Just like Spike Lee did.
I'll drop these Fifth Ward B's on Spike Lee. I still don't like Spike Lee. I watch his movies because he black, but I ain't watching. I ain't gonna like none of them. Even though I did like the Five, what's his name?
Five Bloods. That was a good one.
Hey, did y'all notice in the Five Bloods that those were the names of the Temptations?
I didn't catch that till you mentioned it. No, I didn't catch that.
That one episode.
I didn't catch that at all.
All right. Best Supporting Actor, Wesley Snipes ended up with 9 votes. ASAP Rocky 0. Lakeith Stanfield with 3. I thought he would have more than 3. Idris Elba with 5. So it seems like a lot of people watched Concrete Cowboy. So shout out.
He got that because he is Idris Elba.
Yeah. If he was ugly as hell, he would have got no votes.
Right.
Even that DJ movie.
He was that little kid in The Harder They Fall. He would have got no votes, huh?
Right.
Wesley Snipes.
Deservedly so.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Definitely. Yeah, he's been on like a resurgence lately.
Really? And him and Eddie Murphy, they worked together in Dolomite and Coming to America.
Coming to America too.
And hopefully he's in the new Blade. You got to put him in there somewhere.
Yeah,
man. I was just talking about that with the homie yesterday, man. My man was like, man, you got to have him walk through there or something.
Something, yeah. Oh,
we need to review that new Blade for sure, though.
Yeah.
Hey, I say they make him the new Whistler.
Yeah, the guy that was kind of
weapons.
Yeah,
they could.
And then have them say, "Hey, this worked well for the last dude you did this with."
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they've been in talks with Wesley. They know better.
Oh, yeah.
Like, man, come on, man.
And Mahershala Ali, who can be playing Blade, he's a solid
powerhouse, man.
So but they got to put Wesley in that. That's no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Best Supporting Actress. Let's get to this category. First up, we got Jennifer Hudson of Monster, Zazie Beetz. We already been talking about her. To the right. Underrated, Jodie Turner-Smith, who was in the film Without Remorse that was on Amazon. And then Anjanae Ellis. But and also Jodie Turner-Smith was in Queen and Slim, which I guess that was her coming out.
Looking good. I mean, my fault.
Yeah, I'm not denying it.
I hadn't watched it yet, unfortunately.
Queen and Slim?
Queen and Slim, yeah.
Not one. I'm so
man,
behind.
do yourself a favor.
That girl, go.
I'm so behind on stuff, man. I have not watched it.
Might need to review that.
Hey,
it came out with probably 2008, not 19, probably.
Yeah, not 19.
18, 19, something like that.
Hey, Wilks. That was a good movie.
Hey, Wilks.
Yeah.
She better be glad she wasn't in that liquor store in Juice when they got robbed. You hurry up, because you look good. Hey, and she from England.
Yeah.
She's married to the dude from Dawson Creek.
Yes.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I want that back.
Yeah. Don't watch the movie.
I gotta watch it now.
I know, but
yeah, I'm gonna take it out. I don't know. It's just like I got behind. Things came and went. I was like, oh, I need to watch that. And it was kind of like
it's a dope movie, man. I mean, I think you'll enjoy it.
And the director of The Shy can't remember her name right now.
Oh, gosh, jeez. She was on the Dear White. Is it not Dear White People?
That lady is cold-blooded.
I was thinking about turning my crib into the crib, but the uncle that they borrowed the car, you know how his crib was set up? That's how I'm.
I can only imagine.
Oh my God.
That's how I'm set up my crib.
Lena Waite. That was the director.
She's
Bokeem
been busy too.
There
Hey,
you
that's
go.
that, hey, boy, that Bokeem went to some acting classes, boy.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't act this way at a wet.
Yeah, because nobody ever knew his name.
Yeah.
Nobody ever called him by
He
his
was
name.
in a movie with what's that guy's name? From Boston. He was in a movie. It was on
the
Netflix.
white dude. I know what movie you're talking about. It was good. Where he played the cop.
The cop, the cricket cop.
That was dirty.
Yeah, he just stepped it up, man.
Yeah, he was good in that movie.
Put him in their song. My man Sean Price, rest in peace. He said, "No acting. Bokeem Woodbine. Say something, you get smacked up like Penny from Good Times."
Wow.
Like,
Penny, who did this to you? Wow.
Remember Strap when he was dancing like that? Y'all talking about Pootie Tang horrible. Strap was.
I ain't seen that. Wow.
It's a made on HBO movie. It was one of those. You ever had a movie that was so horrible, but you watched it every time it was on TV?
You know what? You got one of those called Pootie Tang.
No. Pootie Tang is a classic. Hey man, Pootie
that's
Tang,
classic.
Malcolm X.
Wow. They're on the same level. Wow. I don't know about that. All right, so Jodie Turner-Smith got 0 votes. I don't know if a lot of people seen Without Remorse, but she definitely deserves at least a couple.
Really?
Andre Ellis with 5, Zazie Beetz with 6, Jennifer Hudson with 1, and Jennifer Hudson did a really good job in that Monster.
Chi-Town, baby.
So it was a tie. I had to go to one other person, and Zazie Beetz ends up winning it. She deserved it. I think she was singing in The Harder They Fall too.
Yeah, she got
Regina King in that movie.
She earned a
right. Control,
yeah. She
won the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Only thing that was messed up about that fight, it was no nudity.
Yeah, no side boob or nothing.
No, nothing.
I can kind of see that.
Need to uncut
Just what good is a girl?
I guess Ben thinks side boob is a funny term or something because the way you giggle after I say that.
Hey, boy.
Side boob.
Obviously, you didn't watch Orange Is the New Black. Side boob Tuesday.
Lots of side boobs. Side boobs everywhere.
Big Illinois, you're 100% right, sir. 100% right, Big Illinois.
I gotta watch that one too.
What you gotta watch?
Oh my God. Oh my
God.
God.
J Hoods and Respect.
Oh my God.
That on the list. We gotta do that one.
Oh,
now you have to forgive me. There was one that was on A&E, but that wasn't her version. But this one, the one with J Hood, is that HBO or is that what was that on?
No, that's Amazon Prime, I believe.
Amazon Prime. Okay.
J Hood the rapper.
Nah, Jennifer Hudson, man.
Not D Block, J.
Wow.
Not that J.
That's what I'm about to say, man.
No,
these young dudes killing it. I'm telling y'all, man. I know it's old, and I know y'all really wasn't feeling it. Some of y'all, a couple of y'all weren't feeling it. But if we ever get a lull in action on the movies, we got to do what's the name of my joint? Damn, I can't think of it.
CB4.
Angelo Ellis, my man.
Undercover Brother.
No. My man who married to Tina Turner. What's her name? She didn't. Muhammad Ali mama. She been everybody's mama and everybody's wife. Damn, I can't think her name. She played Tina Turner.
Oh,
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett husband. C. Courtney Vance.
Yeah, B.
I can't
Courtney
think of the
Vance.
name of this joint, man. It was on HBO.
Who said C. Courtney Vance?
No, Courtney V. Vance or whatever
Courtney
his
V.
name.
Vance.
Hey,
what movie is this?
Damn, I can't think of it, man. It's on HBO, man. I'm telling you, it's a 10-part joint.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
It's one of the most goodest TV shows. I'm telling you.
Renee Ellis is in it.
Yeah. She plays at one point. She plays Queen Azinga. For those who don't know, that's a sister who, back in the 1600s, defended Africa. Well, defended Ghana against the Portuguese.
How old is the movie? How far back does it go?
But not this movie. This TV show. It had the son from the five
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country. I'm telling you, if it ever gets slow, man, we got to do Lovecraft Country.
And it only lasted one season, right?
Yeah, because
another one I gotta finish.
Yeah.
That's another movie that the guy from The Harder They Fall was in.
Yeah, The Harder They Fall. Yeah, he was.
Jonathan.
He played this guy named Tick. I'm telling you, man. If you haven't seen,
it kind of went sideways on me. I think I pulled off on about episode 3, but people I should keep going.
You got. I'm telling you, dog.
I guess I'll go start it over again.
If you start it over, it's made so well that you can't watch it 2000 the way we watch TV in 2020 in the 2000s. Dog, you gotta watch it like we watch Roots. Like, remember how glued we were to the TV?
Yeah, I was gonna say, had you glued to the TV. I know.
Yeah, I got you.
And
that's how I was watching it. Yeah.
Yeah,
like I was trying to multitask.
Yeah, let me tell you something. And it was dialogue that was in the first episode that they brought up in episode 8.
Gotcha.
So you would get lost if you watching TV like you watch it now.
What's that?
Trust me, man. One of the best TV shows I've ever seen in my life.
Speaking of that, there's another one I need to finish. It was on Amazon, and it was this black family that had moved into this white neighborhood. It was like a horror kind of.
Yeah, that was a good one too, man.
Here or something like that.
Yeah.
There. Them, maybe them.
Whatever it is.
Them there, everywhere, over the bridge.
I'm telling you, man. Lovecraft Country is sci-fi, is horror, but most important, it is a living Black history lesson. They cover the Emmett Till murder to the point where Emmett Till's nickname is Bobo. And you have to actually know these things. And they talking to the children are playing on the Ouija board. And they was like, who's going to have a bad summer? And they was like, oh, they say, you're going to have a bad summer, Bobo. He's like, I'm not even being in Chicago. I'm going to Mississippi.
Wow.
I'm telling you, man, it shows the impact that had on the, bruh. Even if we never review it, I would suggest everybody who watch it, rocking with us, if you watch it, put like this, if the people who are just in the chat room and listening, if they watch it, I guarantee you, they watch it carefully, I guarantee you, they are asked for us to review.
Yeah, because I need to finish it.
I'm telling you, Tom.
Yeah, I'm definitely down. It sounds like genius.
It is. I mean, her name is because that's the same sister that did Underground on WGN 2 years ago. And again, look, put like this. This is how good this is. Every time she does a TV series, when the ratings start to tick up, they go, oh no, we gotta get this off TV. These black folks might lose their mind.
It's too good.
Wow.
It's educating too much.
What is her name? Misha Green. Misha Green.
She's doing something something Marvel related, I think, too.
And Apple TV is trying to buy that series from HBO.
Oh, Apple will pull it off if they trying to buy it.
Yeah, hey man, I'm telling you, brothers. This, I mean, it's so many different interests in television show.
I'm surprised. It was on Amazon, right?
I was on HBO.
It was on HBO. I thought it was on Amazon. Okay, I was gonna say I'm surprised Amazon would have canceled it because they have Man from High Castle, and you know how that map is divided. And I heard you mention she had a map that was.
I gotta find that map for y'all, man. I'm looking for it while we continue the show. When y'all see that map, y'all gonna understand what I mean. What's her name again? I just forgot her name. Misha Green.
Misha Green.
I'm telling you, man.
All right, so the last category is Best Original Score, which this is one that will decide between ourselves, Jesus and the Black Messiah. I'm not sure who nominated these. The Harder They Fall. That album is heavy hitters on there too.
You don't have a graphic for this?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Bam, here we go. So okay. Judas and the Black Messiah, The Harder They Fall, Summer of Soul, which the heavy hitters on that one, and legendary artist. And then Rick James, which Rick James didn't necessarily have a quote unquote score, but throughout the whole movie they was playing his hits, which made me want to go back and listen to.
Yeah, same thing with Summer of Soul, technically,
Yeah. All right, so
shit, I'll kick it off. I don't think there's any doubt, man. The Harder They Fall.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the additions to the playlist from that one, man?
Right.
That fit into so many different categories. See, my playlist that's set up on Spotify, like I got a funk playlist, I got a classic rock, I got a soul groove playlist, I got a slow cuts playlist, and I think the songs from there fit in the soul into like a couple of different categories that I play. They were so funky, man. I mean, he did a fantastic job because Bullets was heavily involved in that soundtrack. They got a cut from what's his name? Jay-Z in there.
Oh, Jay-Z, yeah.
Yeah, they got a cut from a black opera singer in there that's like 30-something years old who's like dominating the industry. So I think the variety, the strength of the songs that are there, to me, it's a no-brainer on the soundtrack.
Yeah. And the fact that they got Lauryn Hill, which, Lauryn Hill's been on for years, and the fact that they got her to get on here, that I agree. I
can agree to that.
She's probably related to the recordings.
It's like this, man. It's like when those movies pop up, right? Put the graphic up one more time for me, Ben.
Yeah.
When that graphic pops up, I don't think a soundtrack except when I look at The Harder They Fall. That is one of the things that I think about is the soundtrack. When I think of Judas and the Black Messiah, I don't think about the soundtrack. Now, Summer of Soul and Rick James, they are documentaries about music, so you think about music. But when it comes to putting together a soundtrack for a traditional movie, The Harder They Fall is a slam dunk.
Yeah. It brought me back to the old soundtracks in the 2000s when
where
How to Be a Player and buying
the soundtrack albums and CDs was a thing, man. But people may laugh at the Will Smith movie. What's the movie where he was the Wild Wild West? So that was the soundtrack for the Wild Wild West. That soundtrack, look here, I played the print off the CDs for playing that thing so much. He had a couple of jams in there.
Yeah, Space Jam was like that for me.
Yeah, this was the first soundtrack in a long time to where the entire thing you can really put on and let it rock.
Yep. All
right, hey, check that pitch out, Ben.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. I just saw it. Wow.
What?
In the chat, in the Fourcast chat.
Group text. Yeah.
On your messenger.
Okay, cool.
And read the way she broke it down. I wish you could put it up real quick.
Crazy.
And that's why she ain't on TV.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can put it up here. But what was your thoughts on Best Original Score?
Wow.
I'm with y'all. Like you said, Judas and the Black Messiah, they downplayed it so much, the music so much that you really paid attention to the story more. They didn't hand mix it in well enough. The other two, like Dawk said, were about music. So of course it's gonna have great music because it's about some of the greatest artists ever seen, ever known. The man Stevie Wonder, Gladys Knight and the Pips, so forth and so on. You know, Eddie Kendricks and stuff. But my man, Seal brother, I hate to keep calling him that, but he kicked ass in every aspect of that movie.
Definitely.
He kicked ass.
Here goes that map right here.
Yeah, that map's crazy. Wow.
Original score out of there so everybody can see it.
And look at what she
this
said.
This is the map that she put together.
The White Lands, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna be on the border of the White Lands and the New Negro Republic, ain't we?
Right.
And if you look it up, look at how the White Lands are up there at the top of Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's like that that peninsula, a little bit of that peninsula on Michigan. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, it was that, man. I wish, man, if they figure out a way to get that done, please.
Shit, I'm gonna move to Florida because I know the sister's gonna be banging in there, boy. In the New Negro Republic.
True statement. True statement.
Yeah.
Man, hey Trina.
Yeah. All right, so man, the best of the night and the harder they fall pretty much killed it.
Yep, the harder they fall. Yep.
Yeah. Soundtrack was definitely it. So,
and I think based on if you just think about the movies that we watched this year, that movie affected all of us in the same way, man. You know, the way.
I mean, I was ready to watch it. Even like as soon as it went off, I was watching it again. Yeah. Like that was really.
It's one of those movies to where if I'm sitting around and people hadn't watched it and we trying to find something to watch, if they want to watch it, okay, cool, throw it on. Yeah, I'll watch it again.
I was so excited for my wife to watch it. Normally we watch the stuff together, but especially when it got to the end, she's like, "So what's gonna happen?" I'm like, "I can't tell you.
I can't tell you.
I can't tell you. You just gotta watch
at the end. The credits are gonna roll."
Now I can't look at that kid. If that kid is ever in anything else, I can't look at that kid the same way.
That kid was ugly. All right. Sorry.
Shout out to KC. Thank you for tuning in. He says, "Fellas."
In that movie, man, even from the beginning, when that kid screamed. Man. When he shot his mama, man,
they got out, man.
That kid did a fantastic job at that, man. I would have had to take a break on the set, man, because that was so powerful, man.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
He did that like that was the shit really happened to him.
Yeah,
man.
Right. Yeah, like he was actually going down.
He had to dig deep, man.
Hey, which little kid did you not like the most? That little kid? Or the little kid from Halle Berry's movie,
Bruised.
That kid wouldn't talk, and they try. I mean, man had a problem with that.
Say something.
I'm gonna be Halle Berry.
Man would have slapped the shit out that little kid. He wouldn't talk right.
Man, that kid would have got it. It was like, man, you know,
you wouldn't hit the ugly kid because it wouldn't have affected him.
Yeah. You don't use your words and talk. Man, jeez. Yeah. I gotta go with that one.
Well, the hand set to the face.
Yeah. What the hand set to the face? Slap.
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy.
Dog. That's the funniest skit, man.
Yeah. And I think they have all the seasons on Netflix. I think they're on.
I
think it's on Netflix and HBO.
It's on Netflix? Yeah, it's on Netflix and HBO. But I think Netflix is missing one of the seasons. But I think HBO or Amazon has the rest of them.
Darknesses.
Yeah, classic.
If you want to die laughing, look up That's My Brother, Charlie Murphy. YouTube. Hilarious.
Oh gosh, I heard about that one. I heard about that one.
Hilarious.
Charlie Murphy.
All right, final thoughts. 1 year of the forecast. Final thoughts will go to HRap.
A humble brag. We're the best podcast in the history of the universe. Keep watching. We're better than your favorite podcast. That's it.
Yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
And because I'm an angel, you have to believe me.
Angel with the cricket halo. Oh no, it's perfect now. Once you move over a little bit, there you go. All right, Wilks.
What can I say? I've enjoyed you guys. I'm enjoying this ride. It's been good. Seeing y'all continuously from growing, because Ben knows. I gotta buy that BS3 shirt. Let me get that shirt. Let me promote it.
Yeah, supporting from the jump.
Now to the network and Roku and Dawk. I mean, what can I say about Dawk? You know, he's always open to give and ideas, and the Lord pouring into him, and now he's pouring out into other people and you know, blessing them, and HRap with the knowledge coming with it. You know, not watered down. You know, I love it. I love to see it. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Definitely.
Yeah, agreed, man, with both those brothers. And what's funny to me is I think about the Fourcast. We are all different, but we also have some similarities that overlap, right? You know, and you know, we talk about, you know, being funny, you know, whatever, and how Wilks is sneaky funny, man. And what I like about what Wilks is gonna do. Wilks is gonna drop the bomb, and then he's gonna be like, "What?" You know, like I ain't saying nothing controversial. I ain't saying nothing that's right up against that boundary. Like what? Shit, I ain't, you know.
Man in the history of entertainment to call a kid ugly.
Yeah, but you know, but even though he says that, he still has some conservative side to him. You know, that you can see that it comes through. You know. So like I said, I think our mix is just unique, man, and it would be hard to create if you had somebody trying to create a show like this. They wouldn't be able to pull it off, man. And I think that's what I like about this, and we said early on, is that the organic nature with which this came together is one of the things that makes it special. We weren't trying, and I think if I were to give somebody a life lesson based on that, is that, you know, there's a fine line between trying and trying too hard. Sometimes you got to let the game come to you. Right. You know, don't force it. You know, let it come to you.
Absolutely.
I agree with what everybody said, and I think you cannot duplicate this. This is not even if you try to, because it wasn't forced.
Right.
And man, this has been a great first year. Many more. It's impacted me. I think HRap has said this, like Monday nights, man. I'm looking forward to Monday nights, man, because it's like we in the barbershop and we talking about movie. We just doing it our way and our style. So.
And now that we got Man Talk Mondays on, that's setting the table for us at 7 o'clock. You know, as I'm getting ready for this show, I'm listening to them. And getting the juices rolling. So they're a nice table setter for sure.
Awesome. I mean, believe it or not, man, the show that I do Thursday with Kev and Charlotte and this show are my favorite shows.
Oh, appreciate it. Not even your Tuesday show?
Show's big. HRap be putting it out there, man.
My show is something I feel compelled to do. Almost like like Dawk has mentioned, having a church, being a pastor, but that don't mean you need a church.
That's right.
Thursday show is my church.
Right.
Right
on.
So I feel like I have to do that.
Say less. Say less.
I enjoy doing it. Don't get me wrong, man. I like looking up stuff.
But those types of things, they are a burden, man. It's a burden. There's no doubt about it. You know, those things that you're called to do, again, there's a reason why you're the one called to do it, you know. So
but I definitely enjoy it. But like, this is pure fun, and Dawk gonna tell you, me and Dawk gonna talk about it tomorrow.
Yep. Perfect segue. What's coming up?
Yeah, that's right. No new friends with special guest HRap B. So that ought to be fun. I look forward to just the laughs that's gonna come from that. But
yeah.
there's gonna be some nuggets.
Too.
Yeah, if you think this sentiment about no new friends out there that's so popular,
right?
You don't want to miss our take on that.
Definitely.
This show is a dictionary definition of why that.
Perfect example. Yeah.
Now you doing End of the Bench tomorrow?
Yep, I'm doing End of the Bench tomorrow. It's I condensed it. I didn't really do a lot of research because I knew if I'd have kept looking, with the state of the world today, we in the country's in the midst of a war. We in the midst of fighting these clan adjacent government officials. But I'm not even going to talk about this. But for the first time since the 60s, it looks like the community is saying enough.
Yeah.
So I'm really impressed. But talk about basically about our history before 1619. The 1619 project, I was wildly impressed with it. I truly enjoyed it. For those who don't know, what I want you to do, if you have a podcast app on your phone, look up the 1619 project. It was wonderfully done. But the great John Henry Clark and a few other scholars, Malcolm X said it. If you start your history, John Henry Clark is the most famous person to say it. If you start your history after slavery, everything after that is an improvement. And I'm gonna talk about the fact that when you ask somebody where they're from, where you're from is paramount. And what we say, we're from Texas, we're from Illinois, we're from wherever, but we were actually from Africa. And I don't want to give out this statistic, but watch tomorrow. I'll bring that up. I'm talking about the Dark Ages. I believe, from 500 to 1400 were considered the Dark Ages. And when you go to high school, elementary school, and even at the university level, when you learn about the Dark Ages, they act as if the Dark Ages was an international thing. That was a European thing. I believe that we're in the Dark Ages for us, our community. We're in the Dark Ages because just think about it like this. When the Europeans came out of the Dark Ages in 1490, 92 years later, they started taking over the world.
Yeah.
And talk about how we're in the midst of a game of Monopoly here in America. And we don't realize that we're in the midst of Monopoly. And I would talk about how it's nothing wrong with having a multicultural friend base. But at this point, I think we need to learn. We need to take a step back and learn alone. We need to, I need to learn more about Dawk. I need to learn more about Mayhem. I need to learn more about Ben. And it's the situation to whereas, if you learned about who you are, history is you can literally read your way out of poverty. Literally read your way out of poverty, because when you learn, you empower yourself. You empower yourself. You realize, like, for example, I'm not going to even talk about this on the show tomorrow, but look at it this way. It's like I was down there in Texas celebrating Juneteenth, and everybody connects Juneteenth. This show you how the history in our community is connected. Juneteenth is the first thing that comes to mind. When did Juneteenth happen? Juneteenth happened June 19th. 68? 1868. Now, Juneteenth is in Galveston, Texas. Galveston, Texas. It's the same place George Floyd was born. George Floyd was murdered on May 31st. Guess what else happened on May 31st? The Tulsa, Oklahoma thing. When you learn these things, you realize that everything is always connected. And our ancestors are always saying, hey, pay attention, pay attention. They continue to remind us of things over and over and over and over again. And we don't pay attention. Now, when you look at it now, let's stop at the Tulsa, Oklahoma thing. You always hear about the destruction of that section of Greenwood. But you never hear about the building of Greenwood. You don't hear about my man Bob Church financing the migration west. Bob Church is the dude who financed when Memphis was about to crash. He's the dude who refinanced Memphis. He had some debauchery going on, but hey, that's just we live in a debaucherous world.
Right. Exactly.
And you have people, a lot of brothers financing our sisters and brothers to come west to create a utopia. You don't hear about the 32 the 32 forms of businesses, the 4 restaurants, the airport, the 2 hospitals. You don't hear about that because if you, me and Dawk talked about this before, the man holding me back, the man holding me back, the man holding me back. You can't come out your mouth and say the man holding you back in 2022. Looking at what happened, what happened pre-destruction in Tulsa. Looking at what happened as we watched what was the movie about food? What was the docuseries about food?
Hound and Hog.
Hound and Hog. You saw all those rich brothers and sisters in Philadelphia with those restaurants. You can't talk about the man that's holding you back after seeing that kind of history, but we don't know that stuff happened. Therefore, we can still fall back on they don't want us to. But hell, if they don't want us to now, they hated our ass then. So and then we will fall back on substandard schools. What kind of school did Dr. King go to? And if let's do it again. What kind of school did Carter G. Woodson, who was born in the late 1800s, go to? And what kind of school did W.B. Du Bois, who was Carter G. Woodson's idol? So, it's just certain things when you find out that the first Black Expo was in the 1830s. That's pre-emancipation. That's 40 years. Well, 1830, that's 30 years before the emancipation. And when you find out people like W.B. Du Bois' grandfather was at that place. So when you know your history, look how great you become when you know who were before you. And, those are kind of things that I mean when we have to learn ourselves. Yeah. So, one of the things I am going to mention tomorrow is Carter G. Woodson is paramount in our community. He made this statement in chapter 2 of his book. We need more workers and less leaders. The best example of leadership is working. So if because what's the number one thing we hear all the time? We ain't got no leaders like we used to have. Those brothers were working. That's why their leadership shone through. Because you saw King and X and Young and Adam Clayton Patty working their behinds off. So the best example of leadership is work. So let's stop talking about what we don't have and focus on what we do have. Right on. People like Dawk, people like you, people like, I'm not trying to brag, but me and Ben started off with another group and we branched off on our own and did our own thing. And we're unstoppable now. So
absolutely.
Those are the kinds of things that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to do it briefly. I'm going to do it real fast. But tune in if you can. And if you can't, come back another day. But it is paramount that we stop using those excuses, substandard schools.
Well, and I know we got to get out of here, but I just want to say kind of what Dawk was saying. I mean, HRap was just mentioning. I think we also, I say we maybe a whole as a community, but I think we forget as Black people, we've been creating before slavery.
Yes, and that's what I'm gonna talk. That's what I'm gonna start my show off with. That statement is how I will begin my show.
Yeah,
because
that's where the research comes in at. Because we in school, you would just think, oh, we just originated as slaves and that's it.
No, exactly. So
and I think that and I think when that shone through, it was like, okay, but nobody's creating these things for us. So let me create these things. But that creation was always in us, and that determination to get out of, just like he said, you can read yourself out of poverty, read yourself out of a situation. You can learn, and I should say you probably learn yourself out of a situation as well. So it's one of those things where, we've always been a people that created and had that kind of bestowed upon us to do that. It was always in there. We're going to find a way to get out of it, but we're going to do it in a manner that's constructive and not destructive.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And the only reason I say read mayhem is
that's big.
When you hear something, it's one thing.
Right. But when you feed the mind, when you repetition, reading that, oh no, I get it absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go on, and I think I'm gonna continue my show with Dawk.
Yeah,
and
because it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it's just about networking. We always I'm telling you, man. People I talk to, they think you guys are right here in Chicago. What part of town they from? Forney. What is that? Oh, that's southwest.
Way southwest.
Way.
Just think about that. We didn't start with 3 out of 4 of us living in Forney.
No, right. Didn't.
True. I was in Plano, right? Yeah.
I was in Garland.
And I was in Forney.
Yeah. Wow.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. And that's why I got D-Gray coming on my show for the second extension of Rapping with HRap Friday. Because like I said, I want to bridge the gap. I want to bridge
$40 every
Illinois. Oh, the big Illinois.
A stack of wet ones, huh?
Yeah, Raider Kev, I was thinking the same thing. See, there's a saying, necessity is the mother of invention. And, tell me people who have not been in need more than us. So, we got to invent, to help, break that yoke, so to speak. So
we invented the concept of tracking time. We invented the calendar.
And we saw that on High on the Hog with we aggregate, agriculture and farming and things like it's like you needed us to do that. You weren't doing it.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna do it under an hour, so I get on over to Queens 3 and Kings, because that show, that episode, I think it's we got some fun, but I think it's very important that we break that lie, the chain of that lie, because this show is living proof that no new friends is the stupidest thing we've ever attached ourselves. Well, the stupidest thing in recent history, because we like Kanye West.
Yeah.
All right, so next week. What you want to do next week?
Oh, was it Just Mercy? I thought.
No, we did Just Mercy.
We just did Just Mercy, man.
And the funny thing is that I said that last night. I was like, "Oh, we already reviewed that," but it feel like it's been so long.
It does seem like we ain't been on air in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's been a minute.
No Cheese, Country Roads. Thank you for tuning in tomorrow.
Oh, who was the HRap? I don't know how you felt about it, but I thought we were doing the Bill Cosby or the Janet Jackson thing.
No, we should be a Cosby.
No, we're not gonna do Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I just don't.
I got you.
I want y'all to watch.
I'll still watch it. Yeah, I'll still watch it.
Watch 2 episodes and then decide. But after watching it, I just didn't like it.
I just feel like it's one-sided from the trailer that I saw. I feel like
they start. Dude, okay. After watching that, man, and I'm a W. Kamau Bell dude, and if you know W. Kamau Bell's mom, you looking at that like, dude, your mother. What is your mother think, bruh? Yeah. Look, I'm not. Hey, if you assault somebody, let's just bring it down to simple assault of a human. If you assault another human, you should pay for it.
Yeah,
but don't tell me if one of you guys come to Chicago and date rape a woman in my house that they ain't grabbing both of us.
Right.
And some of that stuff was going on at the Playboy Mansion.
Oh,
but it's F.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's F. And let's not even cover Woody Allen and this dude with the president and the prince who got an island of pedophilia. But R. Kelly and Bill Cosby are the poster boys.
Weinstein,
yeah.
And Prince William. Is this Prince William?
Yeah, Prince Williams, Bill Clinton, the former president.
Which I actually passed by that island several times when I was in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Several times.
The
Weinstein.
Weinstein had
no, it ain't. Epstein.
Or
Epstein.
Yeah, but Weinstein is another perpetrator of that. And it's just, I ain't finna, dude.
Robert Kraft.
Oh, forgot about the Robert Kraft. Forgot about that.
Bill Cosby may have done some horrific things. And I'm not going to try to do no trauma comparison, but you're not going to reduce that man to date rapist with all the stuff that he did do. You can have brothers on there. One of my favorite humans in the world, Dr. Todd Boyd, on Twitter, he's the notorious PhD. He reduces Bill Cosby academic achievements to nothing.
Wow.
This is a man who hired a sociologist to make sure that there was not one poor image of black people on that show, on the Cosby Show or A Different World.
Yeah.
He had 40 years of educating children and adults. And look, if he did this or didn't do it, I don't know. But you just cannot reduce him to this.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like it. Like I said, I'm willing to do it, but my man W. Kamau Bell, I know his history. I know his mom. His mom is super dope. If you look into W. Kamau Bell's mom and see this, you like, dude, how you in the social structure? That's hard.
Yeah.
It's like he's fishing for acceptance. And what he'll do is try to pass himself off as Dawk. Well, Dawk worked his way up, and he sat at the table with them so he could be Dawk now. Nah, no.
Yeah.
I would say we pass on that one.
Yeah. I'll watch it, but let's pass on that one.
But I think the Janet Jackson is a 4-part joint.
Now I don't know where they're gonna put the rest of those, because supposedly the episodes are expiring tomorrow. So I don't know what they're moving to it. You know, if they're moving it to some kind of streaming service. I had one. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it was on Hulu at one point.
Yeah, it was on Hulu, and I think they're getting ready to expire tomorrow. But I got to like episode 3. I had one more to watch, but I mean they're expiring tomorrow. So I don't know where they're gonna.
So much for you, Jan Jan.
What we got on the list? Let's go to the list.
Let's see. Let's see. Respect, which is the Aretha movie. Foxy Brown, Dolomite. Queen and Slim. Fat Tuesday. Penitentiary, Body and Soul. Fucking the Preacher. Trading Places. Stir Crazy.
It is time to do a throwback.
Is it?
It's the end of the month. We didn't do a throwback in February.
Yeah, you're right. I think the last throwback was
January.
I thought it was Uptown Saturday Night.
Yep, that was January. Because we had a week off in February.
That's right. Yeah. Because Valentine's we didn't do anything.
Yeah, that was the week off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we do Buck and the Preacher then.
That's too close to Uptown. So I'd rather do one of the penitentiaries, man.
I haven't seen any of those, so
man.
Who have them do Dirty Simple?
That's
what is it
the
on,
original
though?
penitentiary, man.
You may have to go to Amazon for that one, or Hulu. Or
you got to pay for penitentiary.
Yeah, you might have to pay for that or go to YouTube.
Yeah. Big Illinois said, "Let's do it again."
Let's do it again. Not the Staple Sisters.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
So the first penitentiary, I think there's more than one, right?
Yes, it's like 4.
I was gonna say I thought 5, but I guess I feel like they had one of those. Yeah.
And then Body and Soul, Leon the Lover, reigns forever.
Didn't they say that was based on Sugar Ray?
It's like they put Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard into one dude.
That's what the it looks like it's on Tubi, Voodoo and Crackle. Looks like free, and then Amazon looks like it's on there.
Which one? Penitentiary? You got to pay for it on Amazon.
I'll pay for it on Amazon.
All right, yeah, let's do that.
But are our listeners willing to pay?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you gotta watch it where they can watch it now.
Yeah, it looks like it's if you got Tubi or Vudu, you can watch it on there for free. I'm cool with it.
Those free, yeah. You can sign up for those for the free.
Tubi actually has some good movies. Yeah, my daughter was watching some stuff on there.
Don't let her watch Penitentiary.
Nah, ain't watching that.
Please, Lord, no.
yeah, buddy.
Please, no.
All right, Penitentiary it is.
It's gonna go down.
You said the main character is a mixture of Sugar Ray Leonard and.
Well, that's Body and Soul.
Oh, okay.
It's actually, I'm looking on YouTube now.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah. It says, oh, no. That was Penitentiary 3.
Oh, okay.
Hey, boy. My man, Lick. Leon Isaac Kennedy. Lick. Hey, if you watch Body and Soul, you'll see why I call him Lick. Hey, I'm willing to bet cash money who the beauty of the week is in Penitentiary.
Oh gosh.
Billy gonna know it's the same plot. It's the same plot in each movie.
Yeah, buddy. It's the same horrible movie.
Why change it?
Why change it? It worked.
Right. Man, they used to be the late nights when I was growing up. You thought the Kung Fu was the late night? No, Penitentiary.
Yeah, Penitentiary.
After Showtime at the Apollo, man.
See my man Seldon Scene.
Oh gosh.
All right,
I can't wait. Yeah.
Sweet.
Cannot wait.
All right,
Too
HRap.
fast, too strong, too sweet.
Oh, yes.
Hey, only thing better than this is Pootie.
Oh gosh.
Hey, we got to do Pootie.
All right. Sign us off, Ben. I'm tired.
You gotta go, man. I got sashimi to eat, man. I gotta go, man.
Y'all know y'all want to watch Pootie.
I got sashimi to eat too.
I'm sure you do. Cat Daddy.
She came home with you, huh? When she
We'll stay in Vegas. Don't stay in Vegas.
What happens is 40 stays horny.
All right, HRap. Close this out.
Thank y'all for tuning in. As usual, salute to Reggie O'Shea and Craig Smith by saying, dream those dreams and man up and woman up and live those dreams, because life without dreams flows in black and white. Life with dreams flows in technicolor surround sound. And y'all already know. Tune in to Queens 3 and Kings tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Because if I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
Oh, yes.
Peace.
See y'all.